I will make the set of 6 bricks as real as possible on the screen, with showing you a few videos throughout the session to give you an idea of how we use it in our school. So just one thing I have to say to you, I want to be, I hope this is going to be an interactive session. I want to try and see that it is interactive, and I'm a visual learner. So if you would like to make use of the chat, please make use of it. It's the little icon at the bottom, and type some questions throughout the session. Sean will stop me if you need to stop me, Sean, and answer a question right there and then. So yeah, please help me to make it as interactive as possible. So ages 2 to 7 is a critical period of brain development. It provides a prime opportunity to lay the foundation for holistic education for children. So 2 years old has twice as many synapses as adults, which means children's experience in this phase have a lasting effect on their development. So keeping in mind what a huge responsibility we as educators have, and to emphasize again what a huge role you as educator is playing in these children's lives. Let's move to the fun part. Okay, so I am sure you all have done reports before. You've assessed children, which we already at our school are doing and trying to see what we can assess. When you think of all the skills that need to be covered throughout a preschooler's life, it's things like language development, mathematics, life skills, perceptual development, physical development, social development, cognitive development. Those are just a few to name. And funny enough, you can do that with 6 bricks. All those things can be covered with a set of 6 bricks. So I'm going to show you the set of 6 bricks. So first of all, we've got the primary colors. So we've got the yellow, we've got the red, and we've got the blue. And then we've got 2 secondary colors, the green and the orange. And then we've got a light blue, just to make it totally out of our comfort zone and not having three secondary colors. But the dark blue and the light blue is also where the language comes in, and also learning about tones. Okay, so the 6 bricks program is supported by the Lego Foundation, which happens through a fun and short activities with a set of 6 bricks. The concentration span of a preschooler is actually less than 15 minutes. So that's why children are enjoying the 6 bricks, because the lessons are short and it's enough for the children to actually have a little bit of a feel of, it's done, I want to do some more. So at Heronbridge, where I am, we start the 6 bricks program in grade double naught, where a lot of the activities are done in group form. You can do it in pairs, so it would be 2 children that have 2 sets, each one of them have a set of bricks. Obviously now with COVID it's difficult, so we do a lot of individual one-to-one activities, and they all got their set of 6 bricks. But pre-COVID, you'll do pairs, and they mix their blocks and they do activities, and the teacher gives them some activities to do. And then also, again, it's in a game or a playful manner, which still keeps it short activities. Okay, so I want to share my screen. I'm going to show you a video of an auditory perceptual lesson that will be taught with the 6 bricks. And the first video, we're using 3 colors, so that would be 3 blocks. And then the next one is, again, what you can do. You can do so much extension on the lesson that you've done. A tower. I'm going to give you 3 colors, and you're going to build Mrs. McCullough a tower. The first color will be at the top, then the next color will be in the middle, and then the third color will be at the bottom.
Hands in your laps. Listen carefully. Green, dark blue, red. Listen again. Green, dark blue, red. Go.
Okay, so that was one just to show you about with 3 colors, and there was the auditory perceptual skills where the teacher has built those blocks, but she hasn't showed them yet. So it's more they have to listen to it before they build. The next one is just an extension. So now she's going over to 4 colors.
This time again, we're going to start at the top and we're going to go down. Are you ready? Here we go. Green, dark blue, red, orange. Listen again. Listen again. Green, dark blue, red, orange.
Okay, so just from those activities that you've seen, directionality came in, auditory perceptual skills, math skills, color recognition, and ordinal numbers, and also which one you use first. You can bring in first, second, last. I haven't showed you the whole video. I've actually made it a bit shorter. So then the teacher goes back and asks the questions after they've built, and she says, check and correct. So she brings her blocks out and they have to go check. So you would have seen one little boy that was struggling, and he's been building from bottom to top, and that's where he would check his own and correct. So it won't be the teacher correcting him. It would rather be the child correcting themselves. And also, again, activities need to stay short, that they will look, they look almost like they've got excitement to do it again. Again, I just want to say to you that activity would probably be more of a formal activity. There's a lot of other activities before that would be in a game, and that was done by a grade R classroom. It would be more suitable for a grade double naught classroom. Okay, in grade R, we also add a board that have 2 sides, which is a further extension to the program. So this board, just want to see if, yeah. So this board has got 2 sides, that one, and also the back has got lines, and that line in the middle is red. We call that the B line, okay? So now this is a much more extensive, more extension to the 6 bricks. We used the 6 bricks for almost about 2-3 years without these boards, and the boards came out. So this is literally, you can do so much already just with these bricks. Okay, so grade R, we alternate a lot between the board and the activities just with the set of 6 bricks. We use the board without the blocks. We just use our finger, which I'll show you a video in a minute. And on the board, it includes shapes, numbers, again, directionality. You can see the pre-writing patterns on there that we normally do before we go onto the board. It's the kind of aesthetic way of doing it in the sand, doing it with our bodies. Okay, so the kinesthetic comes first, using their bodies. And as Robin said this morning, earlier in session 1 today, using the outdoors as a teaching tool. So movement is so vital and so important, and it helps the children knowing where they fit in space, using the vestibular system. So I want to show you a photo of how we would use that board outside first. So that would be my board that we would use inside. We've just used a little bit of spray paint and we were pretending to be the bricks. And the little boy in the blue shirt was actually he became the teacher. So he said forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, and the B line is where we normally, the red line is where we start. Spray paint is the one thing you can use. You can use chalk to draw the lines. You can use masking tape on your carpet if you don't want to do it outside. We absolutely love outside. So that's why we love doing the outside. And again, that's where we start with the kinesthetic. Okay, I'm going to show you a video of how the teacher is explaining what is on the board.
These blocks have what in them? We have number blocks. We have these blocks which have got shapes. And then there are other ones. Lutanda, are you watching? These ones that are colored in completely. These are called our color blocks. Well done. And Mrs. McCullum is going to ask you, Lutando, listen, my sweet boy. You've got to move from one of the blocks to another one. You might go a different pathway, Lutando. We're pretending that your block is a car.
So I'm going to show you the one. So what they have to do is they pretend the block is a car, and now they're going to move from one shape to the other.
Nice. Can you find a road that takes you to the green box?
I found another road.
Can you find a road to the orange box?
Orange box.
Julie, are you sure you're not flying? You're only allowed to drive.
I'm sure you can relate to that little one that's saying, I found this space, I found it, I'm done. So while you're teaching in the classrooms. So these 6 bricks that we have, we start with it in grade 00, we use it in grade R, and then we actually send it to the grade 1s. They take it up to grade 1. And when they move to the prep school, so which are also being used in their perceptual motor development program. And what they also do in grade 1 is they can leave it on the children's desk. So that would be for manipulative use. The sensory child, fidgety child, they love having something in their hands, so they will just play with the block the whole time while they do their work. And what we do is we actually build it in a cube form so that it can stay on their desk. Okay, I had my little boy is also a very fidgety boy, and we had a fidgety box in grade 1 where these studs of the brick, and it's just big enough to fit in their hand. And there's so many more opportunities with these 6 bricks that you can use. It can be used daily. It can be integrated into your theme. So a lot of the teachers, what they do when we do planning for our theme, they integrate and they do different activities, like they would create their own activities with these 6 bricks. You can create your own lessons. And Heron Bridge we use it 3 times a week. You can use it every day. You can use it once a week. You can use it outside on the carpet. We've also used it behind the children's desks. So they will sit behind their desk, and we do a little bit more formal, especially in grade R at the end of the year, to get them ready for grade 1. And as I can't remember, did I say that you can use it as a filler between lessons? Sometimes we go from one activity to a movement activity outside. They just grab their 6 bricks, they sit outside, we do 2 or 3 activities with it, they leave it, and then do a movement ring. So teachers can adapt these activities and of course be creative with your own activities and match it with children's skills that you've got in your class and their interest while they're in your classroom. Okay, so During lockdown, we've actually used the program as well. And so for those online children, we could use those skills, still trying to, share those skills for the children to learn from home. And we actually had quite a fun, they had fun activities at home with their parents. The parents loved playing with those 6 bricks at home. So you could even send those 6 bricks home, so that they can have fun at home with their parents. As Elizabeth said in our in her session as well, our basic learning is through imitation. So what to do, how to do, when to do it, that's where a teacher can do something and they have to imitate her. And that's again where the auditory and also the visual is coming forward, where they have to build the blocks, what the teacher is asking them to do. Okay, I'm going to show you another video for
Lesson 3 of our 6 bricks. Right here, you've got your 6 bricks in front of you. Please will you separate them, place them in any which order you want in front of you.
So this was actually one of the lessons that we've sent home for the children.
The first brick that you are going to take is your red brick. Place your red brick in front of you. Now you are going to place a light blue brick as your second brick. We are going to build a staircase. Watch. Take your second brick and place it on your first brick, just like so.
So in a normal environment, we would have put the children in a group, 2 or 3 together, and say, you try and figure out if you can build a tower. They can make use of all their bricks, all 3 sets of bricks if they've got a group of 3 children, or that is where the problem solving comes in. So I'm going to forward a little bit so that you could just see at the end. And that's where the teacher is saying, just want you to listen to this part.
Your orange brick. Let's try see. Will it balance? Oh dear, it doesn't. Do you think there's something you could do to help balance it that maybe you could think of? Try it out and see if it works.
So that's where the open-ended questions comes in as well. Seeing what can they do, solving, getting some other ideas. Some children will find some other ideas if they build and they use the blocks in a different way. So just in these lessons, language, describing, enriched detail happens, giving clear instructions in some of the lessons, explaining your reason why you've built it. So that would be the afterwards, after they've built the tower, the whatever the lesson was about. Maths concepts is also covered in here. Problem solving, as I said, collaboration as in working together in pairs and teams, sharing, taking turns with the materials that you work with. And just to think of how many brain development is happening, in our case 3 times a week in just 15 minutes, because you have to keep it short. You mustn't make it too long, otherwise it's not fun for them anymore. Okay. So I'm quickly going to show you on the white, just here in front of me, just on white paper so that you can see. I've got my 6 bricks and I'm just going to take them apart. And I would like to explain to you something very interesting about the 6 bricks, okay? The size of a Duplo brick, as I said, is ideal for little fingers to manipulate, to use the studs for sensory input. And if I place 4 Duplo bricks in front of me, you can get a child's average field of vision. Okay, so that's for the 4. If I place a brick on both sides, so that means that's all 6 bricks, it then forces a child to actually go from concrete to abstract, the vision. Okay, so this is just for you to see even how we're trying to get the children ready for reading, going from left to right, you know, writing from left to right. And also what's very, one activity that you can do is crossing the midline. So you would say to the child, take the light blue block and add it to the line where the orange block is. So that means they have to take the block, go across their midline and add it to the other side. I'll just show you on the screen. Okay, so you can say you're going to extend the line from the other side, and then you can take the yellow block and move it over to the other side. And that's just crossing the midline. Another one is if you take the red block and the yellow block, and you have to cross over at the same time. That's quite a tricky thing for children to do. They sometimes will go, and that's not crossing the midline. So it's holding them in their hands and then crossing the midline. Okay. So there's so many opportunities and so many things that you can do with these Just 6 Bricks. There are endless possibilities for these activities. So we've also used the board, as I told you, this one I showed you. This board we've also used on its own without the bricks, which the children then trace their fingers as they go on. I'm going to show you a video so that you can see.
Can you find and trace a path to number 2?
I found a way.
Excellent.
So let me just explain to you how it works. Can you see my cursor moving?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so what happens is they just use their finger, like the video in the beginning that I've showed you. They'll keep their finger on there and say, okay, can you find a path to the number 7? And this is again for the pre-writing skills. And there's no right or wrong. So one of the children can use the wiggly path going over here up to the number 7, or other children will use a path, making a path over here to go to the 7. So this also helps for them to realize that they can't actually look at their friend, they just have to focus on their board. And also, as I said to you, the board is A3, which is just out there, their vision of the 4 blocks that I've put in front of you. Okay, so I'm not going to do that video. So one last video that I want to show you of the 6 bricks is I would like to watch it. I want you to watch it carefully, and then as you watch it, put some comments in the comment box of which areas of learning you think can be covered in this activity and how we can also extend this activity. So feel free to type in the comment box, and I'll give you some time afterwards as well to leave some comments.
Hi boys and girls! Today we're going to be doing 6 bricks. This is lesson 5. Now, you've got your tower of 6 bricks. Deconstruct them. Remember, that means break them up. Right. I want to ask you, is there a 3D shape you can think of that we could make with these 6 bricks? I think I have an idea. Watch this. This is definitely a 3D shape. Watch. It can stand by itself. I wonder, what is it called? Oh, yes, that's right. It's a cube. Otherwise, you can call it a box. It's a box shape. Right. Now that you've got your cube, I want to know if you can use your body parts and balance it, or even balance on it. Watch me. Right. Take your cube and show Miss Wolf. Can you balance it on top of your head? Ooh. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was quite easy. Maybe your shoulder. Also, very easy. Right, let's make this more grade R style. Can you balance it on the palm of your hand, the center over here? Not so hard, is it? Right, how about we try the back of your hand? Okay, watch this. Can you balance it on your elbow? Oh my. How about the spine of your back? For this one, you're going to have to bend like a table and balance it right in the center on the long spine of your back. Maybe even turn around. Makes it tricky. Might have to reconstruct. That's okay. Now, knee. Ankle. This is your ankle. Might have to see. Can you balance it on the knee? What's this bloody part called?
Yeah.
Shin. I should have been a part of the circus. And last one, can you take your heel, the back of your foot, stand on your cube? This looks a bit heavy, but let's try.
Oh, for fuck's sake, VJ.
For 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job, boys and girls.
Okay. So Agnes said instructions, 3D shapes, PE, sensory balancing, and yeah, there's so many things that we can do with. Is there anybody else that would like to give any comment on that you think that you would also cover with just that lessons? Has anybody put their hand up? Again, I feel language development. There's definitely some language in there. Even maths concepts. Yes, mathematical concepts can be covered. You can even bring counting in. Prepositions with body, maths. Yes, fantastic. Love the comments. Well done. So it's not just a formal sitting down and listening to the teacher and giving an activity and they have to build. And as you've seen, those blocks has fallen. It falls a lot in activities. We even use it as a ball outside and they have to throw and catch. So there's so many ideas, and that's what we love, doing it outside as well. Okay, so also what I would like to share to you, Care for Education is a non-profit organization, and they're also part of the Lego Foundation, and they've helped us putting this beautiful program in place at our school. Their aim is to impact early childhood development and primary education using the concrete, manipulative manipulative side of it, which engage children in playful learning. So you can please go ahead and have a look at their website. Sean, would you like me to share it in the comment box?
I'll do that for you. You keep going. I'll share that.
Okay. And they offer more training and provide more videos on their website as well for activities for children in the class and in the group and individual activities for the children to do. And there's even an app called 6 Bricks, which you can download, which helps you with activities that you can do if you're in school and you've got all the electronics. We like the concrete, we like the physical part of it. And just to finish off, I think my aim for this session is to prove to you that how much you can learn with the minimal resources available. You can learn so much with just 6 bricks. Just imagine how much more you can do and teach children with some of your own creative ideas, which I also think supports what some of the speakers even said yesterday, where they were talking about what you can use and minimal resources that you can use. Some of these activities don't even need to be used by 6 bricks. It can be used with a box. You can use so much. You can do so much activities with not even the bricks. Okay, and Sean, that's the end of my session. I don't know if anybody's got questions for me.
No, we'll welcome any questions. So if any of you would like to ask a question or even make a comment, you can just unmute yourself and start speaking. Even those who aren't on the video screen, we'd love to hear from you. It would be interesting to note, and maybe on the chat, indicate which of your schools are using something like 6 bricks, just so we can be a little bit more aware of how many of you got them. And perhaps while they're doing that, Wendy, just again, how do people get hold of the 6 bricks? Is it through Care for Ed Foundation, or can you buy the 6 bricks somewhere? What about lesson plans and those kind of ideas? What kind of help can you direct us to?
So Sean, first of all, I would like to say that I love to have just the support structure that we've got from ACSI. I think it's so lovely just to share it with everybody and whoever needs help. So yeah, that's wonderful. And thank you for this opportunity to share all these ideas. Obviously, they're welcome to email me. My email address is on the program. And also Care for Education, if you go onto their website, they do have connections. They've got contact numbers there as well. We had Care for Education out at our school, and they came to do some training. And also, I have to say, we've done 6 bricks, I think about for 2 or 3 years without these boards, because you can do so much without the board, you don't even need the board. We've done 6 bricks activities without the 6 bricks before that. So yeah, those are the contact numbers.
Okay, so I mean, they will be able to get that kind of stuff initially via the website. And then you've indicated that you would be happy to even do a bit of staff training where there's a need. But I think, as you say, I mean, we've just got amazing teachers with such creative ideas. Once you start playing with them and the kids start playing with them, I think all those perceptual skills, those audio skills, those physical skills are going to come anyway. I think, whilst it is good to have the formal lessons, the creativity is certainly there. And is there a connection between 6 bricks and Lego?
Yes, they are definitely part of the Lego Foundation. I've just seen Renee has said, I think you can get it from Brett Hutchinson. Renee, you are absolutely correct. Brett is just a brilliant person, and he loves foundation ECD learning. So definitely, yeah, he's got a few videos on the Care for Education website that he's done himself.
Yeah, and Brett is with Lego SA.
Yes.
Okay, and there's a question from Zimbabwe. How do they in Harare get access to them? Well, you're always welcome to come visit us here in South Africa, and we'll find something for you. But I'm sure in Zimbabwe, if and when you've got the internet, you can go onto the website, and who knows, maybe there's some people in Zimbabwe themselves who can help you with those 6 bricks.
Absolutely, yeah.
Excellent. Any more questions? There's quite a few things coming on the chat, which is wonderful. The other question that I had, you mentioned it yesterday, just the correlation, your experience between 6 bricks and Audi blocks.
Yes, so we've always done Audi blocks, but the Audi blocks is more where you sit behind a desk, and it's a lot of auditory and visual perceptual that's been taught there. Phenomenal program as well, but I think the times has changed a little bit of how we learn through movement. As you see in some of the videos, it's a lot of movement, and that's what children do need. And we've realized that the Audi blocks, sometimes when we start with Audi blocks in the beginning of grade R, it's almost too advanced for the children. Again, it's probably because of times that has changed. And we do the 6 bricks in the beginning of the year, depending also on the group. If they are ready for Audi blocks at the end of the year, rather than the middle to the end of the year, we carry on with Audi blocks as well. But 6 bricks is fun. You can do so much with it. You can do it outside, you can do it inside, you can do it anywhere, even online, as we had to do it.
Excellent, thank you. yeah, I think it's just, once again, whatever tools suit the school. You know, some people will have different ideas, and, you know, this is just such a simple thing. And that's what we've learned almost all weekend, is practical ways, inexpensive ways of doing those sort of learning activities, those reinforcing of those foundational skills that the children need to have. Megan van Wyk, her husband Charles van Wyk, I'm not sure where Charles is from, which company, says that they're involved with training and the provision of 6 bricks. I'm just trying to find it here. Charles van Wyk, his contact details, if you've got a pen, those of you there, 083 437 9866. Megan, can you share that with the whole group that is here? And also just let us know where Charles works. Is there a particular company that he works for? That may be quite useful to have. Okay, good. Are there any other questions? I don't see any further questions on the chat group. But gosh, again, Wendy, thank you so much. It's wonderful to see again your passion as well, and just the creativity of the teaching and learning that's happening. And I think what I've also learned in and through you is your focus on more activity rather than worksheets and those kinds of things in a foundation, in the ECD center. That the grade 1's job is to teach them to learn to read and write, even though you do practice the behind the scenes skills with what you're doing with something like 6 bricks. But we appreciate you. We love our relationship with you at Heronbridge, and you're part of the family. Thank you for your openness, your willingness to serve. A reminder to everyone that's out there, go to the Care for Ed website. That's the first point of call for you. Second point of call would be Wendy. Email Wendy. She'll get back to you and refer you to the right people. And then you did get a comment in the chat room. Go and have a look there from Megan van Wyk. Charles works as a Lego ambassador. So he's obviously local in Johannesburg, but we'll do what you can, and we'll put all these resources. We have recorded the session, Wendy, and we'll put those on our resource page hopefully by the end of next week, so that those of you, if this resonated with you and something you'd like to try in your classroom, you don't even need the Lego bricks per se. I'm sure you could make them like we were taught yesterday, to be creative and make something similar, but the concepts and the things that you're trying to teach us have been brilliant. So Wendy, thank you again. Appreciate you very much. You've been on twice this weekend, so we appreciate you even more for doing that, and thank you so much. I just trust that you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And then to everybody else.
Sean, thank you so much for the time, and thank you for giving me the time to share this. This is a real passion, and I think all these people, all these ECD centers, I think it's a passion for us to know that we can learn through play and just do it with love. And I also invite anybody, if they would like to have some more guidance. I can remember, funny enough, when I've been teaching in the UK for 9 years. In those 9 years, to get experience from those schools, the best experience is to go visit other schools. And I'm inviting anybody to come over if they would like to come and have a look, to come and grab some ideas from our school. Obviously, the last part of this is we do it for the children.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, that's a wonderful reminder as we kind of close off our conference. That's why we exist. Even as an association, we want to love and support schools for the best interests of our children. Ultimately, we want to transform children's lives, and thank you for that reminder. Thanks again, Wendy. God bless you. Thanks for coming in. To everybody else that's out there, this is the end of our conference. I'm just going to play another presentation once we're done here. Just a reminder with all the contact details. Those of you who are not ACSI schools or not ACSI members, remember, sign up, that we can keep inviting you to these activities and keep including you. You're more than welcome. We just love sharing whatever we have with whoever we have. So God bless you all. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. You deserve a good break. Keep doing the great job that you're doing. We pray for you in the office every day, and we know that it's been a tough season for you as teachers. We're praying more and more that your children, especially the little ones, are coming back and filling your classrooms again, because that's what makes you exist, and that's what you love doing, we know. And we're just also praying, obviously, for the sustainability and God's provision for every single school. So you're welcome to contact us at the office at any time, but go to the website next week for all the resources, or if you have any questions, my team in the office will help you and direct you to the right place. So thanks again, everyone. God bless you. We love you lots, and we'll see you soon.